Last time on Final Fantasy 16, we did some side quests, picked up some anesthesia, uh, helped kill some goblins and save some branded, and learnt that underneath the brand is a bunch of poison that can easily kill someone. No wonder they want to get it removed. So we have some rewards to
Oh,
pick up,
I
and
wasn't
then we're
expecting you back
going
so
to
soon.
go
Come
see
to
our
claim your just
friend about our
desserts.
doggo.
Here you are.
Dire Wolf Jess. Not long ago, I was accosted by footpads as I walked the gilded path. I would have perished alone in the desert had not the cursed wreckers come to my aid. I owe them my life. May a token serve them well. Traveling Terpsichorean? No idea what that means. And we need 350
Come
for the
again.
next one, which
I
we
may
don't have
more
enough
for
yet. But we're close. If we have a look at here, Direwolf Jess increases combo damage by 5%. What do we have at the moment? Yeah, I want that. I don't need that anymore because I don't have it on. So that will just straight up help. Okay, cool.
The little uns have been up to their old tricks again.
Let's go see our bodyguard.
Jill looked white as a sheet when they brought her back.
He has info about our... Nope. First. Hey, Charon.
Well, don't just stand there gawping.
I need a couple potions, please.
It'd better all be here.
Thank you. I appreciate you keeping stock of those for me.
Clive, where have you been? I've been wanting to ask you something about Torgal.
Go on.
Where did you get him, like, in the first place?
My father brought him back from one of his expeditions into the Northern Territories. They were crossing a snowfield when they heard his cries, and seeing no sign of his pack, they took him in.
Is that a normal thing
What do
to
you
do?
reckon, Tomes?
It certainly adds weight to the theory. Clive, I believe that Torgal may be no mere hound, but a rare frostwolf, an animal native to the far northern reaches of Valisthea. In one of our oldest bestiaries, I found reference to a frostwolf who served as guardian to an ancient queen of the north. Such was his mastery over ether, he could cast magic.
I mean, Torgal's been able to do that for a long
his
time.
name was Fenrir.
Of course there
Fenrir the
was.
Frostwolf.
Now, the annals do not state it explicitly, but I have reason to believe this queen was a dominant of Shiva, a girl from the Northern Territories and her faithful hound. One awakens as the dominant of Shiva, and the other?
You're saying that Jill granted Torgal his powers,
What?
just like Fenrir. People called him my hound, but Torgal and Jill were inseparable. He grew up as a faithful companion to the dominant of Shiva, and years later, his powers awakened, just when his master needed
Sure.
him the most.
That's convenient.
You're right. If it weren't for Torgal blasting those bastards to Kingdom Come, Jill would have been for it.
Quite. Though Torgal's power is his own, his latent birthright as a frostwolf, it had only to be unlocked.
Oh, get you, Torgal.
You're an even finer hound than we thought.
So for those who aren't aware, within the Final Fantasy
And regarding your
universe,
original concern, you need not fear for Torgal's
Fenrir
health.
is generally a
Why, the beast has the
gigantic
appetite
wolf
of a
that is
behemoth.
ice aspect.
Just this very morn, I found him with his nose buried in my nuts.
Oh, what? Oh, you mean your peanuts and
There you
that kind of
are!
thing. Yep, okay.
I've been looking everywhere for you. Bernard's here. I need you to introduce us so we can get to work.
I shall be a moment.
Why do you need an introduction if you know he's Bernard? Good to know Torgal's okay. That's a lot of work happening in the background there. Sometime later. Definitely thought that Torgo's power was electric, not ice, but
Well, I
maybe
couldn't
I
have
was
done it
wrong.
without you. You and everyone else. But I promise I'll pay you back. I'm gonna work my fingers to the bone for you lot. Starting right now. Just you wait. I'll make wonders like this world's never seen.
Then I look forward to
Will
seeing
they
them.
be useful wonders for us? Not to be too frank, but you know, we are in a hideaway trying to survive
Now
the
that that's
might
settled,
of everyone
I
around.
wonder if Vivian's made any progress tracking down Kupka.
Thanks for letting me do this, Clive. I'll pay you back, I promise.
Sure. You better.
I wish Miss Middledore would let us help her with her dungeoneering. I wonder what she's going to dungeoneer next.
Let's go and ask her.
Dungeoneering, okay. If that's what you want to call it, sure. They're all calling it her dungeon. You guys are all terrified of her, aren't you? It's a workshop, not a dungeon.
How goes the hunt for Kupka?
Largely in circles. We have myriad sightings of strange soldiers in unexpected places, but nothing definitive as yet. If only we knew for certain by what route he left Rosalith.
Well, keep at it. If anyone can piece this puzzle together, it's you. And I'm willing to wait as long as it takes.
For revenge! We already took his hands. We just want to take his head, too.
What? Here?
Would that be a problem?
Do you know, Clive? I believe it a mercy that you didn't inherit your father's throne. Your poor people would surely live in fear of you.
You have nothing to worry about on that front. I won't be claiming his crown.
That is a relief.
Yeah, she doesn't need you breathing over her shoulder whilst you research this,
Clive.
Clive.
Have you got a minute? We, have a guest.
Huh?
A guest?
Is it Joshua?
For your trouble.
It was a pleasure, in hindsight.
It's her uncle.
Uncle Byron?
Clive, my boy! Tap a cask and stoke the ovens for your favourite uncle is here!
Well, not who I was expecting or hoping for, but this should be fun. Byron's a character. Meanwhile, over at Bahamut's Crystal, inside the Holy Empire of Sembra, seat of the Imperial Court.
The Dalmekian government sues for peace. How shall we respond?
If they're willing to accept their fault in the matter, I see no reason to refuse them.
Oh wait, no.
Still, we must insist.
Bahamut's Crystal was one that was destroyed first.
The twin-side stores are not as bottomless as reported.
Aye, and we have many more mouths to feed. We shall just have to have the Dalmecs empty their treasuries for us.
You guys are terrible people. I look forward to the time that you all get taken out.
Of course, none of this would have been possible without your timely intervention, Prince Olivier.
Indeed, I doubt any of us would have had the courage to trade words with the mighty Titan, nor less the wit to win him over.
The Empire owes you a great debt.
May the blessing of the crystals go with you, Your Highness.
What did our mother tell them happened?
Go with you.
Very good.
Olivier didn't do anything to win him over. We almost murdered the guy.
Now, let us come to the question of precisely when the Dalmex will withdraw their troops.
Dion's fire could rid us of them in mere moments. The men of the Fist will not withdraw until a peace treaty is concluded. So let us keep the negotiations open, give them time to gather what gold and trinkets they can, and once they deliver that which we demand, what worth is a piece of parchment?
Your Radiance.
As I
were
said,
Prince
Scum.
Dion to take the field, the enemy would surely send their own dominant to meet him. And
Our own
while
dominant
His
has
Highness would,
been
of course, prevail, there would be heavy
dealt
losses
with.
on both.
You need not fear Hugo Kupka. He is engaged on the Western Front. Even were the Dalmex to send for him, he would not arrive in time. As much as I would enjoy witnessing a clash between Bahamut and Titan, it is not to be.
And what of your subjects, Your Radiance? If the fighting spread to the city proper, the people would bear the brunt of it.
There will be losses, it is true. Yet for every citizen who falls, another can be bred. For every home that burns, another can be built.
Yeah, this guy is right up there on my list of people to
The
kill.
Empire will live on.
Right next to his Clive's mother. This guy has no care for the common people.
Yes, sire.
Okay, weirdly long flower sniffing scene.
Prepare for battle.
But sire...
Do not make me repeat myself. Return to your camp and await my orders.
Couldn't you murder him pretty easily? I know he's your dad, but still.
If that is your wish, Your Radiance, I shall depart at once. May Gregor forgive you.
Yeah, something tells me that's not going to happen.
What do the astrologers augur?
The stars are in agreement, Your Radiance. The shadow of treachery hangs over Prince Dion.
I mean, do you blame him? His father's a psychopath.
So Annabella's tales were true. You disappoint me, Dion.
You disappoint every living person in the human race who has a conscience. So I think it's a win for Dion, really.
What on earth is Uncle Byron doing here? Only
Getting
one way to
drunk
find
and having
out.
a feast?
The Litlands have been up to their... It's just one thing after another around
I
here.
mean, I assume going by how he introduced himself to everyone here. Tap a keg and get your fires going. That he wants to drink and eat until he's married. Hey,
Fuck
Gav.
me. Never thought I'd see the day Lord Byron Rosfield of the Seven High Houses came to tea.
Tea, booze. Boozy tea.
Ah, my dear nephew. How I've missed you.
How did you find this place, Uncle?
Through the good offices of young Sir Wade. He really is the most helpful fellow. As are you, I hear. The Guardians and those they freed tell the most outlandish tales of your heroics in Rosalith.
Which ones?
Which is why I came. To learn
Rosalith,
the
to deal
full
with
truth
Kupka. Yep.
of the matter. Sort the fact from the fiction, so to speak.
You were working with the Guardians of the Flame to evacuate the people of Rosalith to Port Isolde.
I was. Aye.
Then I have questions for you. Please, come inside, Uncle.
Gladly.
It's gonna be a family interrogation.
You there? There are 2,000 gold talents in those chests. See that they're added to my nephew's coffers, would you?
2,000?
I take it that's a lot.
And I'm afraid that is all I know.
A fleet sailing south past Port Isolde. Most intriguing.
Forgive me for not being able to tell you more. I hadn't the faintest idea Kupka withdrew wounded from Rosalith. Still less that my own nephew dealt the decisive blow.
What do you think, Vivian?
I think, with this news of the Dhalmekian fleet and recent reports of the Royalists' movements, that the final piece of the puzzle has fallen into place.
Excellent. Do
Come
tell.
here and I'll show you.
Oh, thank you. I do appreciate an interactive explanation.
It is known that Kupka's forces entered Rosaria via its unguarded coast. So can the same be said of your visitors from Waloed? Certainly her royal navy is famed for the efficiency with which it bears her knights from one battlefield to the next. And in the Einherjar, or Black Galleon, she boasts a vessel nigh as swift and every bit as feared as the kingdom's legendary cavalry. A fitting flagship for a land apart, her naval presence being crucial to her ambitions beyond Ash. Yes, it seems safe to assume that the Royalists did indeed enter Rosaria from the sea. So then, had you a vested interest in Titan's survival, whither would you take him? Why home to Drake's Fang?
Yeah, that's what I was
rich
thinking.
enough in ether to conjure the magics needed to mend his hurts.
So he can get his
But would
hands
that not
back.
entail an arduous voyage around the southern cape? Let us say that the Royalists did put ashore with a mind to spirit Kupka away from under your very nose. Could that truly have been their plan for him? To load him aboard one of the ships flying Republican colors sighted off the coast near Port Isolde. To spend weeks at sea, being tossed hither and yon by unforgiving waves, his life hanging in the balance. No. The journey would mean Titan's death, and Kupka's faithful creatures would not allow it.
Where would they go?
So what then was the plan of our Waluda friends? Reports suggest they made not for the coast, but for the desert. And by cutting through the Velcroy, a party traveling light would have Titan back in his bed days before a galley could lurch into port. To wit, it was the Royalists, not the Republicans, who effected Hugo Kupka's safe retreat. I would stake your life on it.
I feel like that's still a very long journey for someone who currently doesn't have hands.
So it was the Waluders who spirited the wretch away. Now I think about it, there was something a little strange about the ships I saw. The men seemed almost crestfallen, as if in mourning, as if they believed, or were made to believe, that their master was dead.
You have a keen mind, Lord Rosfield. And you have your answer. To find Kupka, you have merely to follow the Royalist trail across the Velcroy. It may well have gone cold by now, but as they say in the Republic,
all roads lead to Rome.
Drake's
I mean,
Fang.
Drake's Fang.
Allow me to accompany you part of the way. As luck would have it, I had intended to journey Canberward on business after visiting you here. The Fang would be but a short detour.
I'd be glad of the company. Give me a moment to make ready. I need to tell my friends what we've learned and where we're going.
Very well, but be quick about it, my boy. Time waits for no man.
No, but everyone else waits on me. I am, after all, Sid.
Ah, my favorite pupil.
You
Allow
have a
me to
marker.
educate you. Study it well, Clive.
Right, so he would have cut across here, whereas we're just going to cut down here.
Thus ends today's lesson.
And I suppose while we're there, we're going to be...
Workshop by here, with a little help.
I suppose while we're there, we're probably going to take out Drake's Fang as well.
Otto, Kupka's at Drake's Fang. I'll be leaving before sunset.
You're not going in there alone, are you?
Don't worry. I'm not going there to destroy the Mother Crystal.
But I
All
reckon
I'm
it's probably
after is
going to
Kupka's
happen.
head. I won't risk any more than I have to. I promise.
Just makes sense, really.
Lanza and the Fang are all Kupka's personal fiefdom. You have any trouble on the way, you ask for Rosina Dalamil. Some call her the Desert Hare.
Who is she?
An old associate
She's a friend.
of Sid's, and only Sid's. All I know is the name, and that they used to meet at the Dalamil Inn. We've heard nothing from her since he died. But I'm thinking maybe the new Sid might be able to bring her back into the fold.
Thanks. I'll keep that in mind.
I mean, just for story's sake, probably.
What about your uncle? I mean, he's welcome to stay, but...
Don't look so worried. He'll be coming with me.
Thank fuck for that.
Gav, Otto, I'm leaving you two in
What
charge.
do you have against our uncle?
You can count on us.
Come on, Gav, that's not very nice.
What's wrong, Gav?
It's this gold your uncle gave us. Are you sure it's all right for us to take it?
My uncle isn't easily refused, especially where dispersing his wealth is concerned.
But 2,000 talents. I don't even know how much that is in Gil.
It's the price of a quayside mansion in the Crystalline Dominion. He sold one to fund our endeavor. He was hoping to part with it anyway, what with war brewing in the region. And, luckily for him, a Sambraquan noble was willing to pay over the odds for a foothold in the Holy Emperor's neighborhood.
But still, 2,000 talents? I mean, is it normal for nobles to give away that kind of money?
No, but it's our uncle.
Normal for my uncle.
Fuck me. Oh, the other half live here?
Well, now that we've got a few gil to rub together, do you think it'd be all right if I splashed out on a few bottles of Lost Wing's finest?
Here, leave some for the rest of us, Otto. If he's filling his cellar, I'm filling our larder, starting with a barrel of the best salt-cured northern salmon.
I'll leave you to decide how best to use it. Just don't spend it all at once, all right?
I'm actually curious what the conversion rate is, because, like, we have... where's it going to show me? 42,000 gil. Which feels like a lot, but depending on how much 2,000 talents actually is.
All right, Uncle. I'm ready to depart. Shall we?
We shall. Come, let us away to adventure.
Oh god. This is going to go thrillingly, I'm sure. But we are going to go explore the Velcroy Desert next time on Final Fantasy 16. See you then.